Is it bad to say myself? I say I put on some pretty good outfits, but close second would probably be like Riley Gromit. She's always looking pretty cute. I'm gonna be by Black Eyed Peas. Well, the whole soccer team knows this, but I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 4 years. So, I'd like to say I'm the student on the bus, but I try my best and it doesn't really happen that much. So I'm usually someone who like, on the way there, I like to listen to music and just like relax. I probably like will take a nap, or multiple. And then on the way back, I try to watch the film on the way back, if that's available to me. If not, I'll take a nap or multiple and listen to music more. Okay, so it's a pediatric physical therapist that specializes in infant development. That's so hard. I'm definitely like, I love ice cream. Like ice cream is definitely like my weak point. So, but at midnight I'll probably eat like popcorn. But like before midnight, I'm eating ice cream. It would probably be, not current, but my 4th grade teacher from back home. She was the one teacher that like, when I moved to Naperville, she was like the one teacher that like helped me settle in and kind of made a difference. Like, yeah. I'm an exercise science major going into my 3rd year. I chose exercise science because I have been around sports my whole entire life, and it's been something that I value deeply. And just like making yourself better. You mentioned my dream job. The reason I chose that was actually because of my nephew. He had to have a physical therapist when he was younger just because he was a little bit delayed in development. And I got to watch one of his, or oversee, kind of be with him during one of his sessions, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to work with kids, and I want to help them develop, and I think physical therapy with pediatric emphasis is like the best route. So. Upon visiting, I obviously met with the coaches, and I thought that it was a great coaching staff, and it was something that I could definitely see myself growing in. And obviously when you come to college, like growth is like the main point. And then Webster being like the size that it is, I was very pleased with the fact that I would be able to know all of my professors and even the people in my classes, like where we have like group meetings that we text in, like it's just a very good community to be in, and someplace that I could like see myself growing and have grown a lot from my freshman year. So, yeah. I guess growing up, I grew up in athletics. My parents were college athletes, high school athletes. My brother played college soccer. So it was something that was kind of a non-negotiable for me. I mean, obviously my parents like supported me if I didn't want to play or didn't want to do athletics, but it was something that I was like, no, I'm not ready to give it up yet. I want to continue to build that leadership and build that leadership characteristic, meet new people who love the sport, and I guess be around athletics in Webster. It's a super close-knit community, so that's pretty good. I love it. I think I made the right decision. You know, sometimes people go to college and they're like, no, this was awful. I hated D1 sports, but they played, or I hated the sport or school that I chose to play at. But I think Webster is something that I admire simply because it allows me to play the sport that I love, but also gives me a space to grow in that sport. we're not really like hammered down by the coaching staff. Like they allow us to make our own mistakes, and we're not like punished after them. Like obviously if something like goes terribly wrong, then there's a little bit of consequence, but we're free to talk and free to grow, even to like together and whatnot. And I think that's something that has changed my outlook on life. Like that's something that I want to keep in my life and not just leave here when I leave Webster. Wow, okay, so sometimes it can be a little scary. I guess I would say more in my freshman year, I was definitely very nervous coming in, and I was like, dude, are you sure you want me to do this? Like, you're positive? And he'd be like, yeah, like this is your person. And I'd be like, okay. But just like hearing the things that like those great players on the other team have done, and you're like, okay, I gotta get myself mentally prepared for this. And but I guess as the last line of defense, it's quite fun to see like the build-up happen and us to finish from that build-up. And obviously it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I've played forward, I've played midfield in my career, and I mean forward's fun too, but like that's just like the scoring aspect. But I mean, in my position I can also go up and like make plays, get assists and things like that. So it's very fun, sometimes nerve-wracking depending on the game, but I wouldn't change it. I think